Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Dan. I used to work at the biggest dealership in the country, and now I teach fine folks like you how not to get fucked when buying a car. Now, before you buy a car, these are the things that you should be doing. This is the steps you should be taking before you even consider buying a car. Number one, get your financing in place. You cannot buy a car without having the money. It's just not gonna happen. Where are you gonna get the money from? Are you going to get the best possible loan? How much down do you want to put? The best thing you can do is put zero down, because the money in your bed or under the mattress or wherever you're hiding it is going to be the best place it's going to stay at, unless you're about to invest it somewhere. Here's the reason you don't want to be putting any money down. It's very simple. If something happens, your car is not going to pay for shit. Your car that's sitting in the garage, it can be paying for bills, it can be buying you food, but if something happens, you have money saved. You gotta have some money saved. Don't be putting your last $3,000 as down payment. I would say go zero down payment, or even better, buy just a lesser car for a couple of years until you can save enough to buy, a better car. The car you're buying, this is not your last car. You're gonna buy a bunch more cars. Typically, people switch cars every 5-6 years. I mean, if a person starts driving at 18, and people will typically stop driving, let's say at 70, hopefully at 70, right? That's 50 years of cars. That's at least 10 cars that you're gonna go through. 10 freaking cars. That's a bunch of cars. But if you have some money to spare, you're actually going to go through more cars than that. An average person actually goes through 12 cars in their lifetime. So just because you can't buy a fancy car right now, don't worry about it. You'll buy a fancy car, 5, 6, 7 years later, or maybe even less if you work really hard. So get your financing in place. Don't go to a dealership and expect them to give you the best financing. You really think they're going to take care of you? You really think that dealership has your best interest in their mind? No, they don't. Number two, before you go to the dealership, figure out what car you want. Is it the SUV? Is it a sedan? A minivan? Do you really need the minivan? Do you really need the truck? Do you really need the big SUV? Do you really need the car that you think you need? I want you to question your decision right now. Why am I saying this? Because a lot of car purchasing decision is made by advertising, by marketing, and I'm trying to break that. I'm trying to shatter the reality that you are being forced on, from outside by marketers, by Toyota, by Honda, by Chevy, by Ford. This is the car that you need. Do you really need that car? Do you really need it? That's something else I want you to consider. Next, once you realize that, okay, yes, I need this car and I really want it and it's something that I can afford. Next question that I will have, how many dealerships have you contacted? People contact me all the time and they tell me, hey, I found this great car. How many dealerships have you contacted? Yes, once in a blue moon, you will hit a gold vein on your first car. You're gonna be like, oh yeah, this is the awesome deal. It's the best deal in the country on your first try. Most time, it's not going to happen. Did you marry the first woman did you see? Probably not, right? You were digging around. You were seeing around what's out there. Is this the best thing I can get? Or is there something better, right? You got to be picky and choosy when buying a car. Because the car that you're buying, there are hundreds of thousands of them out there. But the prices are different. So you got to be looking for the best possible price. That's really the emphasis of what I teach people. You have to be contacting 50, 60, 70, 100 dealerships. I will contact over 100 dealerships just to find one car for one customer. One car, it takes me a week. It takes me an entire week just to find a car for somebody because I contact so many people. Texting, emails. I create a specifically new email address just for the customer, because I know that email is going to get bombarded with a bunch of fucking spam. I would not use my personal email, my good email, to buy a car. I create, an email and use that email. You're going to get a shit ton of texts, shit ton of calls. I'm getting calls months later, after I already bought the car for the customer, I'm still getting calls from different dealerships. Hey, are you looking to buy a car still? Yeah, I'm still looking to buy a car. Do you have the best possible price in the country? No. Well, then why the fuck should I buy a car from you? It's just that simple. If the dealership, not the person, but if the dealership doesn't give you the best possible price in the country, why should you buy a car from them? And that's something that I talk about in the videos that I made about emails. If they don't have the best possible price in the car, why should you buy a car from them? They're not selling you original Batmobile. They're not selling you something fucking amazing. And you're not buying one of a kind, Ferrari 250 GTO for $43 million. You're buying a regular $30, $40, $50,000 car that there's hundreds of thousands of. You're looking for the best possible deal, and you gotta realize that you or somebody else will have to do the work to get the best possible deal. If you're not the one who is sending out the emails, if you're not the one that's sitting on the internet, for hours and hours and days and days and days searching for cars, if you're not the one who's texting the dealerships, if you're not the one who is blowing up the phone, calling these dealerships and talking to managers and doing all the shit work that needs to be done, unfortunately, in 21st fucking century to buy a car, someone's gonna have to do it. To get the best possible deal, you're gonna have to work, or somebody else is gonna have to work. I teach all the stuff that I know about buying cars for free on YouTube. All the videos are free. If you want to watch the videos, go for it, and I highly recommend that you do. But the bottom line is someone's going to have to spend a week on the phone, on texting, on emails, talking to managers, talking to salesmen, negotiating, comparing prices, comparing packages, comparing cars. Someone's going to have to do that. It's either going to be you or it's going to be me. And the people choose me just because they don't have the time. It's not because I'm going to be doing something amazing, something special. I put all my secrets out there for free. All this shit is on YouTube, do it yourself. But most people don't have a fucking week to take out of their life, pause their job. I'm sorry, I can't be coming in for work for a fucking week because I gotta be buying a car, because I want to get the lowest price in the country, because I want to get the best possible deal. And when people, call me, I realize what really is going on. It's just they have family, they got a job, they got shit to take care of. What dealers don't care about is your time. For very often they will tell you, hey, come on in, we'll talk about the price, just come on in. Really, it's an hour drive for you there and back, and it's gonna be an hour just bullshitting around talking about price and all this shit that they're gonna try to force you to buy a car. Do you have 2 hours to waste for every single car that you're interested in? No, dealerships don't care about your time. They simply don't. That's why they're willing to waste as much of your time as possible. Do not ever come to a dealership to negotiate. Have you heard of a phone? This is not 1684. All right, we have phones, we have emails, we have texting. They can do FaceTime with you with the vehicle. You don't even need to go to a dealership to check out the vehicle in person. You can tell them, hey, FaceTime me, turn the camera to the vehicle. I don't want to see your face, I want to see the vehicle, and go around the vehicle and tell me about the vehicle. Tell me the scratches, tell me the dents, put the phone under the car. I want to see what's going on under the car. Zoom in on the wheels. I want to see how curved the wheels are. Are they curved? Are they scratched up? Am I going to see fucked up wheels when I come to the dealership to buy the car? The only time that you should be coming into a dealership is when you're ready to buy the car. You got your financing in place, you agreed on the price, and now you're coming into a dealership even if it's in your town. But most likely, you're gonna have to do that over the email, even buying the car over the email. You contact your bank, say, hey, I got this dealership that I want to buy a car from. Then you put those two in touch, and your bank will actually help you, or better of all, your credit union will actually help you to buy a car and make sure you don't get scammed. Bank is actually on your side, or credit union is actually on your side when you're buying a car. Why? Because you are going to be on the hook for the payments. If you refuse the payment, they're going to repo the car, and when they're going to be repoing the car, God, let's hope that never happens to you. But in their mind, they're giving you a loan in and they have a car, the title that they're holding, in case something happens, they're gonna have to repo it. They're not gonna be one of repoing a piece of shit car. They want to make sure that it's a good deal for them if they ever have to repo it and resell it. If you're buying, you know, Ford fucking Pinto for $35,000, that's not gonna be that something a bank is interested in. If you're buying a good deal for $35,000, then bank is gonna be like, yeah, I think this is a good deal. If you ever default on your payments, we're going to be able to take the car. So bank is actually going to be on your side. Credit union is going to be actually on your side when you're buying a car. Contact your credit union, tell them what you're trying to do, connect them with the dealership, and they'll figure everything out. Literally, you don't have to do that much work. The only thing that you have to do is figure out your financing and start looking for a car. Spend a lot of time looking for a car. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up below. And click the subscribe button over my head, or watch one of those two videos if you want to see more money saving tips about cars. This is Dan with 60 Minute Car. I'm signing out, and I'll see you on the internet.